Okay, we live, baby. We live.
Real quick, this is in memory of Nate Robinson from that knockout yesterday.
Oh, you guys.
He died from that knockout.
Oh, I didn't see nothing.
He lied, but he might as well have.
Those memes are like hilarious.
Yeah, it really are. He's like one of my favorite players.
He's a player. You mean a
Uh,
boxer?
he was a basketball player. He was an NBA player. And he tried boxing,
Oh,
and
What
he
y'all
ended
over there
he had him
talking
in
about?
the NBA meme thing. I'm like, what? Why? So he's
up.
basketball. Okay.
Yeah, he played for the Knicks. He started out with the Knicks and played with other teams. That's why he's known for, and for his short stature of being like 5'8" or something like that. So
Oh wow. He got knocked the fuck out.
not
Bastard. What's up, y'all? My beautiful brown people.
Hello, hello, hello.
was good. Was good.
Nothing.
Hello, YouTube. Welcome to our podcast. We are back. We're actually only on YouTube today, so this is new for us.
Right. And it's still the same antics.
Yes. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, click the bell so you can be notified when we go live again. And we also want to tell y'all a quick little update. We will be on Patreon. We'll put the link in the description so you guys could join our Patreon channel. That is actually going to be a version of our podcast, but the explicit version. When we talk about what, B?
S-E-N.
We talking about sex over there. We talking about things that you're not going to see here. Okay, so if you want to join the conversation, go to Patreon, and we will definitely. Whoops! Look, dropping my mic.
Dropping the mic already.
A lot of mic check talking over there, by the way. You all right over there, Joe? You're not used to us talking about all this sex stuff.
And I'm a little hot over there.
I'm good.
I'm getting hot too, Joe. I had to open my window. Yeah, so we're gonna jump right into our topic today. Run that topic by us, Mel.
So the topic today, we're going to talk about online dating, obviously, because we always talk about relationships and dating and all of that. But we're going to talk about online dating, communication, and texting, and everything that happens with that whole thing. I mean, we could be here for hours talking about that. But yeah, like, you know, online dating, a lot of people are doing it now, you know, especially during the pandemic, you know, COVID, whatever. But I feel like, you know, people have been doing that a little bit before.
Absolutely.
But what do y'all think about as far as like you know, just the antisocial stuff and like, well, I don't want to lead y'all. What do y'all think about communication, period?
Be it communication overall or the online communication.
Online communication.
Okay. I think it's dry. I think it leaves a lot of room to be phony. I think that there's no like real connection online because you're not in that person's space, so you can't see their facial expressions. I honestly, I do it, but I hate it. Like that's like the only other way to like meet somebody nowadays in our age bracket. You know, especially like we don't club like that. So online dating is like the next best thing you want to say, but I wish it didn't exist. I miss going out and meeting people in real life. You know?
Yeah, that's communication is difficult with online dating compared to you know, regular methods. Not saying it's irregular because now it's a part of the regular routine of communicating. Because sometimes people are not as social and it works out for them, or they're not into approaching other people like that. And I think that's a safe place for them. But at the same time, a lot of your messages could get misconstrued, just like in texting. When you say something, it could mean one thing to you, it could mean something totally different to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And they could be like, either it could be disrespectful, or it could mean like, or it come off as seeming like you're disinterested, or it come off seeming like you're too interested.
Yeah.
And there's so many things with it, and you can't, and you won't know because nobody won't give you their number until you make some kind of consistent form of communication that they
So
like.
you pass the test.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a big thing right there. So it's difficult. I think it adds an extra layer of difficulty with online dating. So unless you got a super fly pictures and they just don't care they don't care what you're talking about. They just looking at your looks. Then you're gonna have a little struggle.
But even, I'm sorry to interrupt. Even with the looks, that's like, you know.
Yeah, and that's you still can get catfish.
There's a million and one filters.
Yeah, because I know I actually watched the show Catfish, and it's so funny that one chick had actually reached out to other people, people's photo she was using, and was telling them that she was from a modeling agency. She wanted them to hold up papers saying the person's name. Hey, this is my name. Or actually reached out to them and really didn't realize they was participating in her catfishing somebody else.
Oh,
I was like,
damn. To a whole nother level.
Dream. I was like, damn. So I was like, so yeah, you never know now. It's so much manipulation out there. It's so much deceit. But I mean, at the same time, don't let me say it's gloom and doom. It's definitely plenty of opportunities to meet a great person, because I met my girlfriend online. So, hey.
Oh, Joe, his girlfriend. Come on, Mel. So for the ones who every time Joe says girlfriend or whatever he calls her, boo, girlfriend, we gotta take a shot. So we go through these drinks really quickly.
How about you, Mel? How you feel about the communication online?
I agree with what you were saying earlier about. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to post this in our group so that people know we live. I agree with what you were saying earlier about, like, if you don't know the person, things could get misconstrued.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have an idea of someone's personality, how they talk,
their sense of humor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things that you say because I know me, I'm super sarcastic, like in real life, and even more heightened in texting.
Right.
But people won't pick up on that. They'll either think I'm being serious, or that I'm just mean, or I'm joking when I be serious. Like, so it's hard.
Yeah, you can't even tell. And then a lot of times too, I know with my online dating experience, you can't. The other crazy thing that always used to happen with me is you don't know when is a good time to be like to push for the number and when is not a good time, because everybody's different. Because I done had chicks that be like, "Oh, you asked for the number too fast," and then ones that be like, "You didn't ask for it soon enough. You moving slow." You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what to do. You just got to kind of gauge how the conversation's going, and you still could be wrong. I done had somebody that had just constant great conversation for a day. And I was like, hey, let's communicate offline. Just, boom, boom, got a nice voice, all that good stuff. Funny, you know what I'm saying? So, he's laughing. And then just to try to get them to make them comfortable with talking with me, and they be like, nah, we need to keep talking. I'm like, damn, okay. But yeah, nobody likes typing up a whole life story through your messengers. So.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. I like instant gratification. When I communicate, I want you to answer right then and there. I don't want to wait and wondering like, oh, is he texting me back, or does he like me? I just like the flow of the conversation, and I like the energy, like to feel everybody's energy around me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's so many. And I apologize if it's a little feedback. We're gonna work it out, figure it out one day eventually. But I feel like, what were you saying, B?
People's energy.
Oh,
energy.
Energy.
I got my energy.
Align the chakras. Yeah, the energy. Like, I feel like it's levels to finding out if somebody is on your same vibe. Like, can you have a good back and forth communication? Then will it escalate to the telephone communication at the right time? Like it's all about timing. Like I know Joe mentioned something about it being too soon or too late or whatever, but with somebody that you vibing with, it's always the right time. Like that's what makes it, flow. But I feel like that's where it dies too. If it ever makes it to that point, like when you start talking to somebody on the phone, you start picking up on certain things. Like, what if you don't like their voice? What if they don't really have a good sense of humor? Or what if they sound sneaky? And you start picking up on little things that, you're like, okay, this person is not really who I thought they were in my mind.
Bad vocabulary too.
Yeah. I feel like it's hard. And I feel something I also want to talk about too, like a turn off for me with communication is like neediness. Like somebody that needs to text all the time, all day long. Like what do y'all think about that?
Yeah, Brandy.
No, I spoke last, so you can go ahead.
Okay. That's a difficult one. Well, because it's different for me because I'm in a relationship, so we tend to text.
It's like, disclaimer, I'm in a relationship. I'm not talking about my girlfriend.
So she likes to text throughout the day. Maybe not, not on a regular basis, like, hey, every hour on the hour. Like, it'll be like every couple of hours. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? Sending memes and stuff back to each other. So it happen. It just depends on the degree of it, though. Because I've had people who are overboard with it, want to know your every living moment or where you at, everything you're doing at the moment. And I'm like, look, it's not working. I'm on a pole, climbing up on a pole on the ladder. I'm underneath a house somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I can't just pick up my phone. You know what I'm saying? So,
No, I said I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess, like Mel said, also, like when you learn that person's vibe or you're on the same vibe, it doesn't come across as like annoying or stalkerish if they're texting you throughout the day. It's more like, okay, we vibe, so this is perfect.
Yeah. But if you don't, then that's different. Then it's
it's really not a match.
Then it's definitely stalking. So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about
stalkers? I don't like stalkers. I wish they weren't, a thing. But they are, evidently.
Mm-hmm.
I said cat.
Let me ask you a question. When do you feel like, let's say this is hypothetical. Let's say if you was online dating, when do you think it's a good time for you to delete your profile?
When we become exclusive.
I'm like, delete it. Like what? Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I won't say ring, but yeah, once he says
I got the ring. That's when I'm
in a relationship, then we're exclusive. Yeah.
So would you feel uncomfortable if a person asked you like, "Wait, I'm digging you. I really like you for the your profile." How would you respond to that?
Are we exclusive?
Definitely not.
I'm not deleting my profile.
Yep. Because he got insecurities. Don't want nobody else. You don't want to have it. You don't want to have competition.
So I'm definitely not going to delete it because then you're not going to be in a relationship if you have those insecurities early on, and I need my profile to find another.
Always got to have that backup plan, right?
I have a backup plan because
even if you like them.
Even more. You could have two backup plans.
That's what's up. All right.
Bless you. No, people be lying. People be lying anyway. They be lying about deleting their profiles. They be having other profiles. And I feel like if a man is gonna come to me and say, "Oh, I'm deleting my profile," like, and be like, "Oh, wow, that's great." Like, I'm not gonna.
POF, Facebook dating, like which profile? Because you could have 50 of them.
Yeah, that's true. It's always wordplay, and I can make an example of a situation a friend of mine's had where the person told them that they was deleting their profile, and they did delete the profile that they knew them under as, and then they had another profile under a different name. So technically, he did delete the profile, but he didn't tell her that it was under a different name. So therefore,
just a lie. What were you saying now? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that's why I don't trust when, I'm approached about deleting a profile. Like y'all mentioned before, it's about insecurity. Sometimes people, not even just men, but I'm sure women do it too. They try to lock you in so that because they feel like you might potentially find somebody better than them, and most likely you will if they're like super insecure.
That's a good point.
On this Sunday, we're gonna tell the truth, Lord. There's no prayer cloth. We're gonna tell the truth now.
That's fair.
I don't know them insecurities like that. No, walking is a no. You hit it right on the head. One, you're doing so early on, we're still talking. Delete my profile. Then next is gonna be I don't want you with your friends, your mama,
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like it's a good idea to, if a person is not going to, at least, if you ain't going to exchange numbers, but you can at least, I know in some dating apps you have the option to do video chat. You think that would be a better option rather than just get a number?
Yeah. I think so. I think it depends on the flow of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, after we say hello, we've established like some type of rapport, then I think that, it's okay to work it in somehow. But you can't just match with somebody and then video chat though. I'm gonna be like, this dude is a weirdo. I'm gonna be like, no, it's all about timing, and I think also too, you gotta give people the opportunity to respond.
Yeah.
Like, that's another like problem that I have with a lot of men on these dating websites. Like, they'll ask you a question and they don't wait for you to respond. He's sending like another text, like back to back, back to back, back. And it's like, wait, like, hold on a second.
Right, because they're in need of your attention instantly, and want to make sure that yeah, because I've had when I used to be on online dating, I used to have chicks that if I didn't respond to them fast enough, oh, you must be talking to other bitches right now. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm working.
And if I was, I don't even know you.
Right, it's great.
I don't even know.
Right.
I actually do that sometimes. Not saying that this is what they was doing. They probably was low key insecure with you, Joe. But I'll be doing that like to boost dude's ego sometimes. Like if I feel like he has like a little low self-esteem, I'll be like, I know it'd be mad chicks trying to holler at you.
Right.
I say that like, but I be fronting. Like, I don't really care.
Gassing them up, huh?
Sometimes.
I feel you. Oh, man.
To piggyback off of what Joe said about that, like you want the response quick, and that instant gratification, I think it also leads to like instantly wanting to fuck when you first take your online date out, or instantly wanting to get into a relationship and them you wanting them to, like you said before, delete your whole profile or whatever. And I think that has a lot to do with, it's 2020, 2021, we're getting on with the times, technology is changing. But I like to slow down. Like, I want a nigga to write me a letter. Let me get that shit in a couple of business days and have time to ponder and mission and think about the person that I'm with. Because online dating, like you said, you click on a picture and automatically you know how to respond. You want to face chat. Oh, face chat. I sound like I'm in my 50s. you want to video chat and you want her number, and it's like it just does move a little slower sometimes. I wish there was another way. Like, I know speed dating is like a thing, but because of COVID, everything is like limited. But Lord, I need to meet you in person. Like, I want to talk to you in person.
Right.
I've done speed dating a couple of times. It was like really fun, actually. Now they have like online speed dating. I might try that out because
online. Like, I want to. Like I said, I'm really good. I feel like I'm really good energy. So if I first meet you, like I can tell off the back, like, nah, something about you I'm not feeling. So for me, I like to be. I want to smell you. I want to hear your voice. I want to see how you interact with other people, how you walk, talk. So I want to get out and about. I want to go outside. Shit. I just want to go outside without a mask and enjoy my life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been outside. You know what I'm saying? I went outside. I've had some like interesting experiences out there.
I'm laughing because I'm like,
I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go back online.
No, I went outside.
Get outside, like.
My birthday, you guys saw we went to the sushi spot. Shout out to all my friends and family that came out and hung out with me. So I've been outside, but I feel like as we're getting older, especially your career, like me as a, I work in the medical field. So usually my coworkers are gonna be female, like, there's not a lot of men in the medical fields. And then the doctors, most of them are married. So for me, like outside is where I'll meet somebody. And my job is like 10% chance, 5% chance.
Mm-hmm.
So I really need to get out. If you work from home or you work somewhere where it's like one sex dominating the other,
or the damn country, like if you a city girl stuck in a country with all these countrymen that don't know what to do with all of this, you know what I'm saying? They don't know it's hard out here.
It's hard out here for a pimp. You have to pick up a pimp glass, take a sip.
So this is gonna be a brainstorm right here. So what would be your ideal dating app you create for yourself that you think will be successful? What would be your rules and stuff?
Go ahead, Mel.
I gotta think about this one. I don't know.
Brainstorm.
I wouldn't have a dating app. I would just tell these men to, man up and start approaching women again, like we in the 90s,
Chivalry not dead.
But that's why I'm making it a brainstorm. That's why it's not an option. You're making a dating app. So what are you gonna do? What kind of app what are you gonna include in that to make it successful?
Anybody that writes "Good morning, beautiful" is immediately blocked from the site. They can no longer send or receive text messages.
Your profile literally just once you type beautiful.
Yeah, as soon as you say "Good morning, beautiful," you're banned. Like indefinitely.
It's funny as you said that because I remember a long time ago, like when I was in my 20s, I had actually tried out. I think it was the Match, or was it? It was one of those big ones. It was one of those big websites.
eHarmony.
eHarmony, that's what it was. And I did it, and I think at the time I was technically married, but I was separated. But I put married on there, and it blocked me from even talking. It was like, sorry, come back again when you're not.
Yeah, that is beautiful. They should have a lie detector too. Like it could tell that you're lying. By the way, I don't know, but you got your finger, scan your eyeball, something.
Do a cross-reference check on you.
Yeah, you gotta put your social security number. We need everything on there. Your retina of your eye, so we can see like what's going on. Because y'all dudes and females, because there's a lot of female scammers out there too. But that lying shit is like, just keep.
Yeah, you need to have them scan their ID so they age is their right age, and they not lying about their age and their name and all of that.
How many felonies they got?
We
So
got
we
a,
got a question from one of our viewers. She
what do
says,
you do?
"What do you do if you saw your cute coworker or boss on a dating app? Do you say something or swipe right? Swipe right, baby.
Right.
Swipe right, baby.
I would
You never
definitely
know. You never know.
I think it's like right. Yeah, wow.
I was quite right, definitely.
Definitely. Oh, you definitely try to see what's good, huh? That's the roundabout way.
Yeah, I mean, and if it doesn't work out, me, because you know my personality, I would do it as like a joke. Like I just wanted to see what you was doing on here to be funny. Like if he rejects me or he's like, nah, you wild.
But that Biggie stuff, I'm just playing, but I'm saying.
Just playing. No, I would swipe right. Yes.
But that's how you find out how the dude is really, how they really feel about you, because most of these apps where you have to swipe right, it doesn't connect y'all until they also swipe right.
Okay.
So if he never swipes, look, I've been on dating app for 2 weeks now. Now I know everything.
Got your
No,
strike.
like they have to match with you also.
I like that. That will be a part of my dating app. That you have to both match, so no one is looking stupid. You have to be in a certain like mile radius too. Like they match with people all the way in Tennessee. I'm not moving to Tennessee. Like I don't even want. I don't care how cute you are, how much money you got. Like that's just stupid.
I'll be narrowing down my demographics to 5 miles.
Yeah. But then that's a little too close because you know you got some people that
be stalking you. It'd be like 1 mile. I was joking with this one guy. It was like, 1 mile, where you at? I was like, I'm outside. Look out your window.
You took it seriously too, huh? He was like, I can't talk to her.
I was like, that's me waving. You see me?
Nice call.
But I know for sure they gotta find some way to do something with some kind of background checks, because I don't know if you heard about that story down here in Atlanta about that lady that went on that date and the dude pretty much drove her around and beat the shit out of her because she was dancing with 2 women.
What? I'm not laughing because it's funny, y'all. This is a nervous smile that I do when people are serious. That's crazy. That's one of my fears right there. Like going out on a date and he just locks the doors. You stuck. Ladies, get you a can of mace or a taser or something, because
gun.
Don't. I would say
in North Carolina, it costs $5.
There's no excuse. Seriously, there's no excuse. If it costs $5, like I'll start a GoFundMe so every female. Nah, but that's no excuse. Like you need to have a gun.
And I think with me having daughters, even though my daughters are not dating age, I would want them to make sure they always, for my female friends, I always tell them, make sure you drive yourself to meet them. Don't just be relying on them until you really get to know them. Be hopping in the car and letting them, I'm gonna come pick you up and we gonna ride together. They're gonna be like, oh, it's so cute. He's gonna ride. He's gonna drive, and then you're gonna be trapped and stuck at whatever demands he got. You know what I'm saying? That's why you always that option.
Always take your car.
Take your car, man. Even if you don't want to drive, just take your car till you start getting comfortable. It may not still even be safe. Still, look out, because people change in an instant. You know what I'm saying, on the fly. And I think there was another incident too where a dude, I think it was a white guy that was dating a sister, and he was like, you messed with the wrong white guy, and ended up pretty much beating her up, and she ended up getting away out the car somehow when she was in the street when it was crazy. He said he was gonna kill her too. And so it's crazy out here doing that. And then of course, real quick, on the flip side, the dudes gotta watch out, because we be so damn stupid and be like, a chick be like, hey, yeah, come to my house. Be like, hell yeah, and get set up. And she got 2-3 dudes over there waiting for you.
You are not lying about that, Joe. Yeah. I know somebody, God rest his soul, he got set up like that years ago and they killed him.
Yeah, they rob you. They'll set up. They got their little pretty friend and got her coming to get you all hot and bothered. You like, yeah, we so dumb. I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all are.
You were heart.
That's what they did to that actor Romeo from Moesha. Damn, I can't remember his real name, but not to get off subject, but that's what they did to him. Pretty much, the girl set him up, had him come out there, and whoop, they killed him. But yes, communication and online dating, the text messages, the whole thing is like, y'all gotta do better, fellas. I'm sorry. Like the communication and trying to get to know us, y'all gotta be a little bit more original. And if you're interested in dating someone, you gotta ask questions. You gotta like at least pretend like you want to get to know the person that you're talking to online, because that's all you have is words in between you two. So it's best to like be consistent. Be consistent.
And be honest. You know, like I can't stress that enough. Like I feel like being honest, that's the only way you're gonna get a genuine connection, if that's in fact what you're looking for. If you're looking for someone to love you for who you are, don't start it out with lying.
Right.
And if you start lying, like at least give yourself the opportunity to come clean about it, because once it's a wrap, you know, and then you back to square one.
Yep.
And also, you know, give people the opportunity to vibe with you, to get to know who you are. You know, like you can't force things. And I feel like a lot of the time people be trying to force things and rush things. It ain't going to work. It don't matter how fast you try to make it happen. If it's going to flop, it's going to flop.
Right.
Like it's just a matter of how soon, you know. But I think we had a good show. We're actually in the process of building our Patreon channel. So we're actually on our way over there now. The video probably won't be up until later on this week. We will be talking today. What is our topic? We're doing like
subs and doms.
Subs and doms. If you vanilla, you probably don't know what that means. But if you're not, then you know. But we have over on Patreon, we're in a whole other situation with the podcast where it's similar to what we do here, where we talk about relationship info or relationship experiences, but the more explicit version and the more sexual side, titillating side of it all. So join us over there. Y'all want to join us because it's a lot different than it is here, you know? Yes. Thanks for watching. We want to thank all of our subscribers, watchers, and followers for watching the video. And make sure you tune in next Sunday if you're watching us live. If you're watching us, you know, on the playback, make sure you click like, comment, and share, subscribe, all of that.
Subscribe.
And we'll be back next Sunday around 6-ish. Color people already know, between 6:05, 6:15, but we'll be on.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, y'all make sure y'all have a good rest of your week then.
Yes, and we'll see you on Patreon.
Later.
Bye.